Right, up next we have Delarrin Turner-Yell. We will start with Eric Bailey.
Delarrin, just want to get your overall thoughts on how the defense played today.
I feel like the defense played really well. You know, it's always good to see young guys get out there and be able to get after it in a game type setting. Like Coach Riley hit on after the game, you know, both sides of the ball has a lot of work to do. And he also, you know, included that we have 104 days until, you know, we put pads on again. So you have to be able to take advantage of those 104 days, you know, any questions that you have or anything that anybody struggle with, you know, during spring ball, is important that they get in with the coaches whenever they can, and also just be able to tap into some film, you know, watch something that, you know, they felt that they didn't see fast enough during the spring.
Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
You do the same.
Ryan Chapman.
Hey, Larry, you guys were spotted 21 points today. Did you guys take that as any extra motivation or anything like that, or was it just rolling with the punches and get out there to compete today?
Right. It was big on, you know, being able to compete. You know, Coach Grinch, we have a bottom line. We call our defense, you know, a bottom line with guys being able to play fast, play together, communicate, and, you know, at the end of the day, get takeaways. And, you know, one of the main things that we, you know, pride ourselves on is giving up less than 3 touchdowns a game. So that was one of the biggest reasons, you know, that we started out 21-0. Of course, we get points for takeaways and, you know, stops and things of that nature. But that was really the main reason for it.
Great, we'll go to Bob Prisbillo.
Delarrin, with Pat out for all of spring, were there a couple guys that you saw sort of rise to the occasion and try to make their mark?
Right. Yes, there was a few guys that came to mind. Guys like Justin Broyles, Bryson Washington, even Kendall Dennis. You know, like I've said in previous interviews, anybody that plays in the secondary, you know, they can go out and, you know, they can play different positions. So we did, you know, have different guys, you know, try out the free safety position, including myself. But, yeah, guys stepped up to the plate. You know, they respected the responsibility and trusted in their coaching and, you know, just went out there and played fast and made plays. So, yeah, like I said, guys like Justin Broyles, you know, he had a huge spring, you know, and I'm happy for him to be able to take that jump and excited to see, you know, where his defense is headed.
Right, Jason Kersey.
Hey, wanted to ask you about a couple of freshmen today who had big days, Caleb Williams and Mario Williams. Is what we saw today representative of what you guys have seen in the spring, and what are those guys' strengths?
Right. Those guys are really special, especially for me being here a few years and being able to see a few classes come in, you know, that were younger than me. Those guys are really special. You know, Caleb can throw the ball and he can actually run the ball, and Mario can do it all from outside receiver to inside receiver. So, like I said, those guys are special, and they're going to help this offense in a big way, you know, in the fall.
Right, Chandler Engelbrecht.
Hey, Delarrin. Speaking of offensive players, what did you see from Eric Gray today? He obviously caught the first pass from Radler, and then later in the game had a pretty big touchdown. How was his spring, and what did you see from him today?
Eric Gray had a tremendous spring, you know, if I could put it that way. He's a guy, you know, he can come in and out of cuts really quick. So, I mean, for a defensive guy, it's important that you close the space on him, because if you don't, you know, he can get you with a few cuts out in the open field. And, you know, kind of like he displayed today, you know, with him being able to catch passes out of the backfield. So he's not only a guy that we can hand the ball up to, he's a guy that can go out there and, you know, run routes. And that can make our offense, you know, more explosive, just because, you know, we have a high-powered offense. We have receivers that can catch balls all day long. But if you can incorporate a running back coming out of the backfield and being able to do that, which is really a problem, you know, that can only benefit us. So, yeah, Eric Gray is a tremendous player.
Thanks, man.
This will be the last question. We'll go to Jacob Unruh.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about Caleb Kelly being back out there. What does it mean to have a guy like him back there with the defense today, and the way he played?
Caleb Kelly, man, that guy is special. You know, he's been through a lot here. You know, being able to overcome 2 season-ending injuries speaks volume, because, you know, you don't see many guys go through that, you know, while they're in college, and most guys don't even know how to handle that. But one thing I can say about him is he's a guy, he has crazy faith, and I feel like that's what has brought him, you know, through those hard times. But it's always good to get an old head back out there, you know, because of his leadership. You know, he's seen a lot since he's been here. So his leadership, you know, can be able to can lead his defense in the right direction. You know, anytime he sees something that's, you know, out of the ordinary or something that's not right, he can, you know, say one thing, you know, get us back on the right page. But Caleb Kelly's going to help us a lot in this upcoming season, and I'm excited for him.
Is there some old man jokes happening with him?
All the time. Coach Gress gets up in front of the room, and I forgot what he was talking about something the other day, but he was like, even like 8 years ago, Caleb Kelly. And, you know, we all chuckle about it. But, yeah, it's really fun having him around, though.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Delarrin.
Thank you.